Hello, everybody. If you're running an agency or a small business and you're struggling to track your projects, your tasks, clients, leads, and keep them all sorted, keep the team on one page, then you're in the right place. I've built this lightweight agency OS, as you can see here, and it is designed for fixing exactly those problems, for managing all of your projects, tasks, and assigning documents to those projects so that your team knows how to do the projects without needing that back and forth all the time. And as well, I'm giving away this operating system completely for free. So if you click the link in the description and give me your email in exchange for this, promise not to email you too many times, but yeah, you'll get this completely for free. So this is the homepage of your agency dashboard. We have the insights here so we can get a quick view on what's going on with all of our projects across the system, as well as tasks. We can see the team load. It's going to be grouped by the assignee. So you'll see all of your tasks in the status here, but you'll also see if somebody is assigned to it. So let's say we assign myself to it, and then you can see now Hunter Boom, or if we assign somebody else, that'll pop up as well. So that way we can get a quick bird's eye view of who's doing what and where they are in the progress. As well as documentation, we can see the what's being currently worked on, and if there's anything still under construction that we might need to approve, we can check that here. As well as we have these toggle views for quick access to information that you might need to know, like project tasks. We have a project overview for the same thing, but throughout the entire company. We have all project status view, timeline, and then important to see if you have any projects not scheduled that are supposed to be. We also have task management following the same structure there. A simple board view, a table if you like that better, a calendar for upcoming tasks scheduled, and then as well as tasks not scheduled. And if we assign a date for it, it'll pop out of here because of the filter. As well as we have the priority. So I have these tasks set up so that depending on what you check here, it will update the priority. I got this from Better Creating, this framework, and I really love it. So I've applied it to a lot of my systems as well because he modeled the Eisenhower priority matrix, which is what's going on here. So if it's urgent and not important, you should delegate it. If it's important and not urgent, it's for deep work. If it's important and urgent, you should do it right now. And if it's neither, then it's a low priority. And that easily allows you to adjust the urgency of your tasks based on how you want to do them. And then you come to the priority matrix and then do them accordingly. We also have a quick view of knowledge base. So we can see the board like I talked about. Anything that's under construction will still be in here. And then if it's approved, ready for the team to use, it'll populate throughout the knowledge base, which we'll get to in a second. If you want quick access to anything recently created or SOPs in general, of course, these boards are infinitely customizable to whatever you want to see, but this is a great starting place. So now we can jump into the CRM and lead management. We have a very similar view that you're going to get for all of the pages in the menu here. So anything in CRM, this layout with insights and dashboard is going to be the exact same for projects, tasks, so on. The only thing that's different is the backend is different because these are where all of the global databases live. And I think it's important that we cover this before we move on to the menus, because all of these databases are what's holding everything in the system. So these databases don't have any filters. This is just the raw data and all of the properties associated with it. You don't want to come back here and mess around with anything if you don't have to, because all of these that we have set up on the dashboard side or within the menu side are all linked views, and they're filtered based on whatever we're trying to see in that particular linked view. So there's an important distinction. The backend is only going to store global databases that go across the entire workspace and the archive. So if you wanted to see any archived projects, tasks, knowledge base, documents, or as well as in the CRM, you can see any archived contacts. This just means that anything you create but isn't pertinent to you, we're able to archive, and then it will also be stored in case we ever need to access it later, which is really helpful because you don't know if you're going to need to access something later, and you don't want to delete it if that's the case, which is why the archive is built in. So we can start with the CRM. We have an insights for all of it, so we can get a quick bird's eye view over the entire system if we need to, depending on what we're looking for. We can track leads here, which are filtered by the type being lead. Clients here, which the same thing if we pop open the filter, it's sorted by client. And we also have, a client dashboard kind of built out here, so we can see the project board for them. We can see tasks. Actually, this project board isn't set up right. So I'll show you guys how to do that right inside of here, because why not? If we go to project board, we can only edit it if we edit the page UI, which is really important because if you're going to want to change things within your example client or CRM or any database this is how you're going to want to do it. You saw me click adjust page settings UI, and if you didn't, I'll just do it quickly again. Go to the top 3, the customize layout. Then we can click on project board. And this is the filters and all the settings for this particular view of the database. So we want to get rid of this, add a filter, and since this is for the CRM, we're going to want to click contact, page containing this view, and we can add to advanced filter. We also want to make sure nothing archived is in here. So now that that's set up, we can apply that to all pages. So now if we create a project in here, we can see that only this project exists for this client. Same thing with the tasks, that filter is already set up, and then documents. This document is related exactly to this client. And we can see that if we click open here, you can see there it's related to the example client. This is really useful in case you have a specific process built out for a client that your employees are going to need to follow every time. They can refer back to it and they can easily see it here. Or if you have a project, for example, and you want to add a SOP based on how to do this project, like let's say this is the onboarding project, we can add the onboarding guide directly to it. So that way if your employees get stuck or you just want to refer back to it, you can easily click onto it here. And we have this nice template set up, which you can feel free to delete if you want. This is just good for, a starting point in case you don't have a very well mapped process. This will help you do that. But if we go back, we can attach the client we're working on this project for, the document we need to finish the project, any notes about the project, and then we can see all of the project tasks right here. We can add them here, or task 1, task 2, and so on. And then you can see the progress populates as well. So if we can complete these, progress goes to 50%, 100%, and obviously we can complete the project, and that will, archive the project automatically with the database automation that I have set up for it. Anything that gets complete will automatically get archived for you. So now that we've gone over the clients, the leads acts the same way. It has the same template for you. So if you ever need to do anything for specifically or store anything, you're able to do that. The only difference in the contact template is you selecting the actual type here. So it can be any one of these, and they will, within these linked views based on whatever is important. And we can also add a new contact at the top as well as any other information that we might need. So if we go to the next one, projects, we can click on new project here, as well as seeing everything that we saw before, including the insights. So we can get a bird's eye view, timeline. So anything with no timeline, anything due tomorrow. I like this view particularly because it allows me to see what is upcoming and what is there still time for, as well as, where those projects are. We also have the same views, except we have a table and today view for these projects. So you're just going to basically see more information on this page, which is why I find it helpful if I'm working directly inside projects. I don't necessarily want to be on the dashboard. I want to be where all of the projects live. That helps me keep focused. So that's why I have this page as a menu. Same thing with tasks, we can see is very similar. We can see the statuses, team load, timeline, all tasks completed, meaning you'll see like a report of what tasks are completed here. And then the dashboard view, as we can see again, priority matrix table, calendar, not scheduled, which is always important to make sure we're not letting anything slip through the cracks. And all of these views are already filtered, meaning that when something is archived like this, we go to see archive. Just kidding. I guess I don't have the auto archiving feature set up for tests. This is great. We can do this together. So we're going to set up a new auto archive. So we're going to say task complete auto archive. It would help if I could spell. All this is going to be as simply whenever a task is complete, we are going to archive the property. Boom. So now that is all set up so that if we go back to the tasks and we have a task complete, obviously these aren't going to update because we just added them, but for all your new tasks, if they get complete, they will automatically get archived and move out of here, just like you saw. We can go on to the knowledge base. This is where all of your documents are going to live. We have a files and media and URL property for you. So if you have an actual file from your hard drive that you want to embed here and store, you're able to do that. With this, we can upload anything, choose a file or embed a link to one. We also have the URL, which, depending on what file it is you might want to store, is why I have both of them. We can also add somebody that's responsible for this document as far as maintaining it, keeping up with it, making sure that the employees who are using it are having correct information in front of their eyes, as well as what contacts are related to. It might be clients, it might be leads, it might be contractors or vendors, whatever it might be, you're able to add a contact to that document. And then we also have them sorted, obviously, as you can see, by the different views that you might need to see knowledge just to make it a little bit quicker to access. If you ever need to look up something quick, though, we can always hit Command K, and that will bring up, you can search for anything inside of your Notion. Quick tip. And then the last thing we can talk about is a quick capture. If you need to capture anything, whether it be those 4 options that we have for those data items, we can quickly do that here, and it will open the project up. We can get started. I want to do that right now, so we'll delete it. But that will be a full overview of this entire system as well as how to use it. So again, this will be completely free. Just go to the link in the description. You'll have to give me your email. That's the only thing I ask for. When you'll get some emails from me, you can always unsubscribe at any time. If you just want to grab the template, then unsubscribe. That's cool with me. But yeah, this will be completely free. You can grab it and start using it. If you have any questions, please comment below. Feel free to email me. There'll be instructions to do that within the template and everything you need to get started and start optimizing your operations, because this is the same framework that I personally use to manage my clients and my personal life and agency. So I know that it can definitely be helpful for anybody struggling to manage things in Notion, as well as not just in Notion, but this framework applies to different tools if you wanted to use it. But obviously that's not why we're here. So don't forget to like and subscribe, grab this below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.